This is Michael Kingsbury. I'm the writer-director of GULAG Magadan. This is the Director Commentary 5, and hope you enjoy the commentary that's going to follow.
Do you remember Young Pioneers?
Yes, I was one.
Yes. I won a Young Pioneer medal.
We were revolutionaries.
State-approved revolution path.
We were pioneering nothing.
It was called approved descent.
State-approved descent.
And we thought we were radicals. So you remember?
I remember.
This is a critical scene as well. It addresses the state-approved dissent and the young pioneers of the communist USSR who thought that they were changing the world and making things new and better. And the same thing goes on today with the Frankfurt School. And as Yuri Bezmenov says in his the KGB general, propaganda general, says in his video interviews in the West, that the young pioneers were not pioneering anything. It was a state-approved revolutionary path. And this is so critical to media and independent film today, because when we get out of film school, we all want to make, the independent film, the cutting edge film, the film that, tells the story that hasn't been told, the voices that haven't been told before, right? So we're given this communist propaganda in film school, and it's many years later that we realize that no, it's just a rehash of something that has been pushed on us since the era of the 1880s with Marx. It's not new, and it's not pioneering anything. It's salesmanship for the leftists or for the Antifa. It's lies, and a lot of the times these young pioneers find out that yes, they've been lied to. But what's really interesting is that several of the actors in my films were actually recipients of Young Pioneer medals. And they were counted to me what their feelings and experiences were when they were younger. They don't realize what it means. It's very interesting to have such authenticity on the film, that we actually have real-life young pioneers as actors in my films. So let's proceed and watch what's going on here.
I remember smuggling the dogs. I felt something in me for first time. Something good.
Something good?
Yes, but at the same time, I felt ashamed for feeling good.
Why?
This is quite interesting, because she's waking up. She is becoming awakened. And she's beginning to recognize shame, guilt, self-hate. She's beginning to feel pride. She's beginning to feel good about herself. It's a very interesting thing, the slow rise of the character. The character is awakening and slowly rising to self-awareness that we think as dissidents that we often know everything, but we don't. And it takes an encyclopedic knowledge and sharing of information. That's why the dissidents and the samizats, we need each other.
Because they put more of Markarelian people in GULAG because of what I did. We were all called enemies of state.
I see. That is difficult.
Did I do the right thing?
Have some faith in yourself.
It's so hard. Faith in what?
It will come.
Yeah, it's the awakening of the person to feelings of guilt, shame, of sacrifice.
What, bro?
Faith in yourself.
How are you doing, Filter?
I am doing no harm.
That is resistance in its own right.
It is.
Have you ever thought of doing something more?
No, I am afraid
Afraid of what?
of having anger.
Anger.
Anger. When I see so much suffering and tragedy, I can't take it. I break.
Why?
Anger is just not right.
Why?
Anger is just not right.
Why? Because anger is anti-Soviet crime outlawed by Soviet Article 58?
No, but I hadn't thought of that.
It was in the back of your mind, though. Or was it?
Yes, they begin to talk about hate and anger and justice. Because unless one hates injustice, one is not motivated to stop it. And this slowly dawns on the characters.
Something else. Don't ever have fear, Piotr.
I don't. That's why I am here in Gulag. I hadn't fear when I published in Samizdat, did I?
But you have fear of being angry.
Anger is bad. Anger leads to genocide.
Lies lead to genocide. State ideology, lies lead to genocide, not anger. Genocide is state killing, not human emotion.
Wow. Yeah, that's a key scene is that anger doesn't lead to genocide. Hate doesn't lead to genocide. It's the state laws and the state policy which lead to genocide. And this is a critical point in the film, is that you can't stop individual human emotion. An individual human emotion doesn't cause genocide, as we're lied to constantly. Oh, hate causes genocide. No, hate doesn't cause genocide. The state law, the policy, the engineering of authoritarian, totalitarian state law causes industrial scale genocide. And it's a big difference. People don't kill 65 million people because they hate them. They kill them because they've built the architecture, the apparatus, the system, the institutionalized system of genocide, of sending people to the gulags because they violate Article 58, what anti-Soviet crime, whatever that is. I mean, the Soviet Constitution had all of these, high morality things, but then they had all of these exclusionary clauses in which you could be sent to the Gulag and killed just because of how he criticized that glorious utopian constitution of the Soviet Union. So it's going into some contemporary issues right here.
You're a high-ranking GRU officer.
Yes, I was. Don't be lamb, sheep, Piotr.
I have to go. They'll get suspicious.
And that concludes the director commentary number 5 for Gulag Magadan. Once again, if you like this channel, you can hit subscribe and also a like on this video here.